Greetings. My name is Abdullah, and I'm your teacher from New York City. The purpose of this channel is to move advanced speakers of English to the next level of native or near native. Likewise, another purpose of the channel, inshallah, is to help with accent reduction so that you can speak English, inshallah, as if it were your first language. Usually, we use newspaper articles from the United States or the UK on this channel. After saying that, let's get started. Today's article is very interesting. The headline is Manhattan Henge. New Yorkers gather for city spectacle. And this comes to us from BBC.com, and the author is Chloe Kim. If you notice here in the picture, you see the sun setting, and we will see exactly what this means. And this is a picture of Manhattan here. New Yorkers gathered for one of the two annual spectacles of Manhattan Henge on Tuesday evening. Let us, inshallah, take a moment to better understand this sentence with the word annual in it. Annual means something that happens or returns once a year. So, for example, he and his family take a cruise annually for their summer vacation, meaning once a year. Another example sentence. Every year there is an annual raise in pay. Last year you were making X. Now this year you are making X plus 2.5, for example. Likewise, these trees here annually produce delicious exotic fruit, meaning the tree only gives you fruit once a year annually. The city's famous grid system framed the setting sun, casting a warm glow over the concrete jungle. Concrete jungle is an excellent expression. This is exactly what I mean by moving you from your advanced level to a native level. What is a concrete jungle? We all know what concrete is. We also all know what a jungle is. So what is a concrete jungle? A concrete jungle is another way of saying a modern city. So, would you prefer to live in a quiet town or in a concrete jungle? Let me know in the comments. Likewise, the pollution, crime, and drugs in this concrete jungle makes living here impossible. Again, concrete jungle is just another way of saying a very large city, such as, for example, New York, such as, let's say, for example, Tokyo. The phenomenon typically draws thousands of onlookers, tourists and locals alike, who vie to capture the perfect image. Vie is another one of those words that is used by native speakers. Vie means to compete or to contend, to strive to be victorious, to try to win, or to try to be superior. For example, the two cyborg football teams vie for the championship, meaning they are competing against each other. Likewise, white blood cells vie against bacteria to protect the body. Also, many countries are vying with each other to bring cold fusion energy to the market. So again, vie means to compete or to contend. The first night of Manhattan Henge happened on Monday with only half of the setting sun on view. On Tuesday, the full sun was on display between the skyscrapers at sunset. The next time to catch the show will be in July. What is Manhattan Henge? This is when the sunset aligns perfectly with Manhattan's skyscrapers, which were built on the city's street grid layout. Similar henge phenomena also occur in other cities with large amounts of skyscrapers and long straight streets, such as Chicago, Montreal, and Toronto. As far as sunset goes, the event happens in May and July, and for 2 nights each. There's also a sunrise version that occurs in the winter. It happens about 3 weeks before and 3 weeks after the summer solstice. Who coined the term? Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson first used the term Manhattan Henge in 1997, inspired by its likeness to Stonehenge, where the sun aligns with concentric circles of vertical stones on each of the solstices. What is the meaning of vertical stones in the article? Let's look at these pictures. Here we have pictures of vertical columns, meaning they go from the bottom to the top, being situated upright. The opposite of vertical is horizontal. So for example, the monster gorilla jumped vertically over the castle walls, meaning he jumped straight up. Likewise, the vertical lines show profit of the company month by month. If you look at the graph, you will see that the lines are straight up and down. Lastly, the spaceship ascended vertically to take off from the planet, meaning it went straight up into the air vertically. As a kid, I visited Stonehenge in the Salisbury Plain of England and did research on other stone monuments across the British Isles. It was deep within me, says deGrasse Tyson. So I was, in a way, imprinted by the emotional power that terrestrial alignments with the sun can have on a culture or civilization. How do you see it next time? It will happen next on the 12th of July at 8:20 and on the 13th of July at 8:21 local time. Viewers above 14th Street and below 155th Street can catch the spectacle. The New York City Department of Parks and Recreation recommends these streets for a great view: 57th Street, 42nd Street, 34th Street, 23rd Street, and 14th Street. While 42nd Street is a popular viewing spot, any east-west street will offer a generally good view. Just be sure to head as far east as possible. The word head here does not mean the head that is on top of your body or the head that is between your two shoulders. The word head here means to go a particular direction. So for example, after work, he headed to the supermarket to shop for his family, meaning he went to the supermarket. Likewise, he headed to the mountains to try to avoid the flood to save his life, but that didn't work for him. Last sentence: to escape the tornado, you have to head out of the city, inshallah. Listen, this was a very interesting article about the sun setting in between building so that you can see it clearly. Now it is time for you to do your homework. Your homework is to reread this article as I read it to you. Read it aloud to yourself or read it to somebody in your family or one of your friends. The point is to practice the vocabulary and practice improving your accent, inshallah. Likewise, your homework is write to me a sentence. Let us hang out in the comments. If you write to me, inshallah, I will write to you. I will see all of you in the next video, bi'idhnillah. Until then, fi aman ar-Rahman.